Hi guys. So for tonight's reading, we are going to be looking into the blessings coming in the near future. And before we get started, if you guys want to be able to purchase a question, you can find my PayPal and Cash App in the description box below. Send payment and throw your question down there, and I will answer it in between the messages coming out for the collective. And thank you guys so much for whatever support you send this way, whether it be through making purchases, donations, liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing, whatever it is that you guys can do to support this channel is awesome, and thank you so much for doing it. So let's get started with tonight's reading. We are going to turn this light on too, because it's pretty dark. So there may be some hidden secrets or mysteries that are going to be coming out in the near future. Something to do with the death, possibly, or something to do with some sort of money as well. For some reason, every time I see that one lately, all I can think of is, and I will go down with this shit. I won't put my hands up and surrender. There will be no white flag above my door. I'm in love and always will be. So there might have been some confusion surrounding somebody who just disappeared as well that might be coming to the surface. You may be getting a little bit more clarity on the path you're on. Some of you could be feeling like your past's been distorted or confusing for some time now. There might be some clarity coming in on that. There could also be some secrets getting ready to come out regarding somebody that did something to you as well. A very unreal love possibly could be getting ready to come in for a lot of you as well. Something that you only really expect to see in a storybook somewhere, because it's something that you didn't necessarily believe existed. So, buried treasure. There could definitely be somebody, multiple somebodies within the collective as well, that are going to be receiving some sort of gift when it comes to money, or finding out about some sort of money that has been hidden in some way as well. You gotta dig a little deeper, find out who you are. Dig a little deeper, it really ain't that far. Now we sound the drums of war. So there could definitely be a revolution coming within your area or within the people around you that you know. There could be some sort of rising up that ends up happening possibly after somebody passes away. Somebody could be getting ready to write a song that is really going to change the way things are thought of in some way. You guys are getting ready to decide what direction it is that you're going to go. This confusion you've been feeling for a long time is getting ready to dissipate. And once again, I've been seeing that in this one all the time lately, like a little fetus there. Somebody could be getting ready to give birth as well. And that could be giving birth to a new baby, or that could be giving birth to a new idea or a new project, or something that is going to be enhancing your life in some sort of way. A lot of you at this time are starting to look at the world around you with eyes of love more as well. Might be listening to more love songs. There could even be somebody that is writing a song for you as well. Either for you as a person or for you because they want to ask you to sing this song. There's a lot of messages that come out when you do it this way. Somebody is no longer wanting to keep what they have inside. When it comes to the wisdom that they've gained or the knowledge that they've learned along the way, they're ready to share these gifts with the world. As you share these gifts with the world, you're really going to start to notice and realize just how much you have been holding back in certain areas. And how much value certain things that you may not have thought had so much value within yourself actually have. Someone may be getting ready to make a decision in love as well between multiple people. There may be a lot of options that are getting ready to be coming your way. And you may be feeling a little bit indecisive or confused as to which path you want to take when it comes to that. But there's no reason to worry, really. Where is it that you feel most comfortable? Where do you feel like you could actually just be yourself and allow yourself to... Well, see, and this bird right here could be sitting on eggs in the nest too. So yeah, there could definitely be somebody that's getting ready to give birth to an actual baby too. You may even have a pet that's getting ready to give birth, if you have a pet. You may start to realize who is siphoning your energy as well, or who is taking from you in some sort of way. Someone may have really made you question whether or not you were as good at certain things as you thought you were. May have made you question your purpose or your path in some way. You could have been dealing with gaslighting in some way as well. Could have been with somebody that was very flirty, charismatic. Cocky just came to mind too. Could definitely have been dealing with somebody that was a bit cocky. And some of you may be getting to have a getaway at some point in the near future with somebody that you love as well. Time where you can just go out into nature. Time where you can listen to music, enjoy each other's company. Some time for laughing and having fun. And once again, there's definitely the energy of a windfall of money in some sort of way as well. Hi, Tori. Nice to see you tonight. Hope you're doing good, beautiful. Someone may also be getting ready to receive a house as well. There could definitely have been somebody who left an inheritance here and somebody who's getting ready to claim an inheritance, Aries. This house might be somewhere where it's going to be a really good place to raise your animals or raise your children, if you have either of those or are looking forward to having either of those. I lost my board. Strange feelings and foreign thoughts. So some of you might be having completely new ideas about what it is that you're wanting, or maybe even new thoughts or understandings or perspectives about certain situations or certain people. A lot of you could actually be growing in your gifts in some way as well, especially if you have any kind of energetic gifts. Thank you. So it's going to feel really foreign to you, some of the things that are going on. Could be picking up on the thoughts of people around you or the feelings of people around you in some sort of way. And it's going to be a lot stronger than you're generally used to. So it could actually end up catching you off guard in some way. Damn it.
Need the board again?
Yes. I'm having issues with keeping my board up here tonight, guys. Anyway, now that I fixed the board again. Beauty and the Beast. You need some space in a relationship. Bats in the belfry. You can achieve great things. The unending sadness of looking back. So, some of the blessings that are getting ready to come in for you. If you have been finding it really hard to have some time alone, you're going to be able to have that time alone. And also, I feel like for a lot of you, there might be something happening as well that is going to create space in some way in one of the relationships that you have in your life. And you might not be looking at it like it's a blessing. You might actually be looking at it like it's a disaster in some way. But it could definitely be a very big blessing in disguise to have this space and this distance, because it's going to cause the shifts and changes that are needed in certain situations. Your confidence is going to be increasing in the near future as well. You're going to be feeling really good about yourself and really good about your abilities. And if you've been spending a lot of time drowning in the pain of the past, or constantly going over every detail of the past in your life, you're going to be coming to some sort of conclusions that are going to allow you to find peace on those situations. Chariot. The Eight of Wands. There's going to be a lot of forward momentum. Three of Coins. And the Page of Swords. So this space could also be something that might be happening as well. So that everybody can see things from an outside view. There's going to be a lot of commentary coming your way from people that are angry, or people that are upset, or people that are hurting. And this commentary that's coming your way is going to cause some serious transformations within you. Some of it may actually help you to acknowledge some of the things within yourself that you may want to work on. And some of it is going to be things that are going to remind you just how distorted the views of others around you can be at times, and how much projection can go into what they're sending your way. And it's really going to help you to be able to sort out what you even need to take on and what you don't, and to be able to let go of some of those things that people have been throwing your way in general. Some of you could be getting ready to start a class. If you're getting ready to start a class, or getting ready to work on a project in some way, or birth a new creation in some way, this is really going to be going very well. It's going to be going so well that any of the depression you've been ruminating in, or any of the jealousy or anger or resentment that you could have been feeling in the past, is all going to be a thing of the past. And you're going to be moving forward with lightness in your step, almost bouncing along the way. My ex-husband liked to call it bubbly. You're going to be walking around in a very bubbly manner. Feeling good. doing good, enjoying life in general. You may even be communicating as well to some of the people to some of the people you work with in some way. Some of you could actually have a new car coming in for you as well. You may be getting ready to purchase a new car, or somebody may be getting ready to gift you a new car. Your communication abilities and skills are going to be upgrading because you're going to be learning and growing in that area as well. So don't be afraid to let them show your true colors. True colors are beautiful. 1111. 10 scythes, or 10 of scythes. The chariot again. Once again with the new car, somebody could be getting ready to get a new car, and it might actually be a really nice car as well for some of you. There's going to be a lot of recognition coming your way. Recognition, leveling up of your skills. You may even be going into a position of power or leadership in some way. You may be being asked to take on a management job or to level up in your work in some way. Some of you may be stepping into a teaching position as well. Some of you are making a sacrifice that has been asked of you in some way too. Ending something that needs to be ended in order to progress forward. In order to take those next steps. Also, in order to be able to embrace not only your light side, but also your dark side as you're moving forward. So there's going to be a lot of victories coming your way. A lot of achievements coming your way. You're going to be really, it's going to be like one thing after the next, of things that are just lining up and working out. And a lot of you, this is because you finally decided, you know what? We're only going to be here for so long, and I'm going to live while I'm alive. And that could be due to a passing that you've had in your life as well. I actually just found out that someone I knew committed suicide about 5 days ago or so. He went and spent, I think, 1.5 years in prison. And he had just gotten out like 2 months ago. And ended up killing himself sometime in the last week. He was good to his animal. Of course, when he got out, he didn't have that no more. Or much anything else, I'm sure. 7 of coins. The Emperor. And the 7 of cups. Out of all the options that there is, you're going to be choosing something that is the highest good for everyone involved in a situation. And you're going to be able to overcome any kind of overthinking in regards to this. You're no longer going to be asking what if constantly. You're going to be stepping into an energy of faith, dedication, commitment, loyalty. You're no longer going to be assessing each situation with so much censure. You're going to be really moving a little bit more in flow with the way things are. Some of this energy of control is going to be leaving, while other areas you're going to be stepping up into control in some sort of way. You might actually be learning how to handle your finances better and how to deal with them better. You may even be learning a lot more about your emotions as well, and how to develop them and how to express them in a better way. And I feel like a lot of the reason that you're choosing to do some of the things that you're choosing to do on those fronts at this moment is not just for yourself, but also for the people around you as well. You may be looking to provide a safe, stable, comfortable place for those that you love. What are you guys barking at? What are you barking at? Hey, stop it. So, there could definitely be somebody that is deciding as well that you are the option for them and ready to take that move or make that move in some way. There's going to be a lot of the fights and arguments and conflicts that have been going on in the past that are getting ready to end as well. Some of these situations are going to end in a very good way that you never really expected. I feel like you may have expected these things to just spontaneously combust and never heal. But I feel like there's going to be some healing and entering certain situations that you've dealt with as well. So, let's see what else we got for tonight. And in between that, thank you guys so much for whatever support you send this way. Likes, shares, comments, subscribes, timestamps, donations, purchases, everything that you guys do to support my channel and the work that I do. I thank you so much for that. And let's see what other messages want to come out tonight. What else is coming in as a blessing? Poisonous tears. I feel like somebody is going to be seeing through 2222, the manipulations of another. Somebody's going to be seeing through the lies, the fake pain of someone. Someone may have been very fully in victimhood mentality and could have been pushing people to do things they really didn't want to do. But because they didn't want somebody to be hurt, they were doing them anyway. Listen, the signs are speaking to you. Luck is coming your way. Removal of those who wish you harm. Honor roll. Be proud, your honor roll. Have the confidence to break your silence. You never know what may be lost without your voice. So, that goes with the one that came out in the first area as well. About in the near future, a lot of you are going to be ready to express yourselves in ways that you haven't expressed yourself in before. The wisdom, the knowledge, the understanding that you have inside of you that you have held back from expressing, you're going to be allowing yourself to put it out there. You're no longer going to be holding it back. And for some reason, one of the things that comes up every time I see that guy too is that part on Hocus Pocus where that guy cuts open his mouth that was sewed closed. So if there was any kind of spiritual warfare coming your way as well, that is going to be falling off. And it's no longer going to be affecting you or your speech or what you have to do. Don't look back now, one step at a time. Keep moving forward. Jump rope. It's as easy as jumping rope. Financial success, 88. You have freed yourself. No longer bound. Abundance, hard work pays off. Breaking cycles. Somebody's going to be breaking out of depression as well. Seeing things more clearly. Things are going to be feeling very happy, joyful, positive. And you're also going to be finding out some truths as well. And some of these truths that you're going to be finding out are going to be bringing you happiness. I feel like you may have fretted over some of these truths and wondered and worried and waited. And then when it came out, it was like, wow, this is so not what I was expecting. You're also going to be finding new ways to cleanse or protect your space or yourself. so that the other energies cannot affect you so much or pull you down vibrationally. Yeah, somebody was definitely playing games. You may have felt like you were a ping pong ball or like a, what is the name of that game? I can't remember the name of that game right now. But yeah, you may have felt like you were just being bounced all over the place, back and forth, used, abused, like no one really cared about what you had going on. But I feel like you are definitely going to be feeling much better about things in the near future. And a lot of this is going to be because of things being exposed and things being brought to the surface. You're really going to be able to see what people are just doing, the things they're doing to manipulate you emotionally or to cause you pain. Someone may also be messaging you frequently as well, and you may get a date invite for some of you. Because this is a movies thing. Somebody might be going to the movies in the near future. Somebody may actually get to go on a plane in the near future too. Not a victim, a survivor. So, if you guys have been feeling like you're a victim and like everyone's against you or everyone's out to get you or like everything bad always happens to you, or why does everybody always walk on you, or whatever the case may be, you're going to be coming out of that energy and into more of a childlike state, more of a happy-go-lucky state, and less of this mopey, sad, morose state. And for some of you, this might actually be someone else as well. Because that's kind of like what that emotional manipulation is in a way. People that are feeling like a victim don't necessarily know that that's what they're doing, because they're busy actually seeing themselves as that victim. But somebody may be coming out of that victimhood mentality and really changing the way that they handle or interact with other people emotionally. Someone defends your name. So there could be somebody that's trying to claim that you've never really been through anything. You've never really had anything hard. Everything's always been handed to you. Or something along those lines. And someone else is going to be stepping in and defending your position and letting them know that, you know what, you don't even understand how much this person does or how much this person has been through. You have no idea what their life has been like or who they even are. You're busy judging from the outside looking in, and you don't even know who this person is. Could even be somebody that you may have dated at some point in time that might actually be saying some of these things about you. Fun and games, date night, pump the brakes. So for some of you, there's going to be a situation as well that's going to come in that's going to be a little bit more slow. It's going to allow you the opportunity to become more comfortable in a situation or get to know somebody a little better. You may even be the one being called to slow it down. And that's going to allow you the ability to be able to step up into your confidence too in certain areas. Wolves by Jake Daniels is coming to mind with that one. And I'm hunting you. Missing piece, incomplete. You might be missing the pieces to some sort of puzzle, but I'm feeling like some of these pieces are getting ready to be shown to you. And that's going to be exposing a lot for you. There's going to be a big transformation coming because of these pieces that are coming out. There could definitely be, you could be feeling very drained right now, very tired. And a lot of the reason that you could be feeling that way is because you might be feeling very incomplete in what you're doing. You may not feel very fulfilled by what you're doing in your life. You might be feeling like it's time for a change in some sort of way, or feeling like you're just kind of in this box when you're not really wanting to be in this box. You're wanting to be out of the box. You're wanting to do things differently. Some of you may be getting the chance to go somewhere new or try something new. Someone may actually be getting ready to start therapy as well. Some of you may be redecorating your house in the near future, or coming across some sort of furniture, and it's really going to create like a transformation within your space and your energy that's going to feel really good to you. You might actually get a chance to really just recharge your batteries sometime in the future too. A chance to just chill. There might actually be somebody as well, when it comes to the defending your name thing, there might be somebody that you've helped in the past, or somebody that you've worked with in the past, or somebody you've dealt with in the past in general that you really helped in some sort of way. They may have been going through a very transformational time in their life, and you could have helped them find out what was wrong or what was missing, or really piece together the details of some of the cycles that they were repeating in their life that they weren't liking, and how to break those cycles. And that could be the person that's getting ready to defend your name as well. Water. Work with the element of water for healing, purification, and refinement. I don't know why I always do that, because if I set it over here, I can set the next one on top of that part. Little luxuries. Generates luxurious experiences and surroundings. So some of you could be manifesting a vacation or a break of some kind, or once again with the money coming into, there is a lot of luck and a lot of abundance coming into some of you on the money front. Stability. Felix Felicitas, power symbol to create lucky and serendipitous events. So you might be noticing more synchronicities and signs in the near future. 222 just popped in my head. Some of you could be creating balance, harmony, and peace in the connections that you share with your friends or with your family connections. Where once there was chaos and strain, there's going to be healing and growth. Successful career, a happy working environment, pay raises, and promotions. So that is just reiterating some of the stuff we were talking about at the beginning of this reading too. Some of you may be getting a promotion. You may be stepping into a management position or a leadership position of some kind, into a position of authority in some way. And along with it is going to come the better finances as well. The star, silver energy of the star brings good luck and serendipity. So good luck and serendipity is in here twice. There's definitely going to be a lot of luck coming into your life at this time. Joy, stability, peace. A lot of situations from the past are either going to be ending completely, or they are going to be healing in some sort of way. You definitely want to think before you take action with some of these opportunities coming your way as well. Make sure that's the opportunity that you're really wanting, because sometimes the opportunity that comes your way, it's been so long since you've had an opportunity to come your way that you jump on that very first one that walks through the door, and that may not actually be the opportunity that would make you the happiest. So make sure you take some time to think about it, and don't feel like if you let that first one slip by, there isn't going to be another opportunity, because there will be. Sometimes it's, okay, are you going to accept the bare minimum after you've waited all this time, or are you going to hold out a bit longer for something that's what you truly want? Happy love, a joyful, stable partnership, and good friends. Exactly. So are you going to hold out for something that's a little bit more what you actually want, or are you going to settle with whatever's in front of you at the time instead? Which may not make you anywhere near as happy, but you might be feeling like that's all you have, when in actuality you could have so much more than what you might be settling for. So try not to settle for things, and really take a second to stop and think about things before you jump in fully. Dragonfly Mermaid. You've attracted wonderful news. So once again, there could definitely be somebody that's getting ready to message you, somebody that wants to talk to you, somebody that wants to invite you on a date in some way, especially since that fell on the happy love and this date night stuff down here. You may even find out that somebody you have very strong feelings for has feelings for you as well. Frog Princess. Heed wise counsel and listen. And the song Dig a Little Deeper just came to mind again too. It's from the movie Princess and the Frog. Listen to the wisdom within yourself as well, but listen to the wisdom of others around you. Sometimes it can be really hard to allow our opinions to shift or our perspectives to change, but sometimes that's what we need when it comes to the way that we are interacting in certain situations as well. It's kind of like that saying that you can continue doing the same thing over and over and over again until you go crazy, because nothing's ever going to change when you're doing the same thing. Sometimes you actually have to try a new way. And so stopping to listen to other people who may have more wisdom in the area that you're working on at this time can really help you to be able to see things in a new way and maybe try things in a new way. Two kittens, you must choose. So you may end up with, once again, a choice when it comes to your love life, maybe even a choice when it comes to your career as well, because that fell on the career. At this time, you're generating and manifesting in a lot of opportunities. A lot of different circumstances are lining up in order to create a pathway for you. But this pathway is still going to have different exits you can get off on. And so you're going to have to decide which path is the one for you. And then comes to mind, two roads diverged in a yellow wood. And though I wanted to, I could not take both. So I had to choose one, damn it. And some of you might be choosing the path less taken. The one that not everyone is going to understand. But it's okay if not everyone understands it, as long as it brings you fulfillment and joy. At the end of the day, that's the most important thing. And everything else will fall into place that you need to be able to walk down this path that you're choosing. Strange companions in stranger places. Challenges. Use your imagination. So you might be meeting someone new as well. You may be going to some different places. Maybe even taking some different classes than you would have thought you would have been taking. Or dealing with different people than you would have thought you would have been dealing with. But you may be realizing that there is a lot of things in this world that you never saw before. And you might be very curious or interested in really diving a little bit deeper to understand things more, or to understand situations or people more in some way. Some of you may have dealt with a thief at some point as well. And that could be part of the reason why you have a hard time trusting or letting people in. You may be looking at people in kind of a sideways manner, wondering whether or not those people are trying to take from you too. A loyal guardian, a magical protector is there for you. I saw the biggest ever Rottweiler yesterday. Such a big happy dog. So if you've been feeling fearful in any way, know that you are watched over. Know that you are protected. Someone is definitely very loyal to you. And definitely doesn't want to see you be hurt in any way. Death. What is behind the veil? Justice. Lovers. And the Ten of Swords. For something new to begin, something old must first be cleared away. The ending of one situation, rough as it might have been, and as emotional as it could have been, as painful as it could have been, is clearing the way for a new situation to come in. There's good karma coming in for you for your ability to be able to free yourself of past constraints, and for this transformation that you've been making within yourself to be in more of a free energy, to be trusting and respectful of others, to be able to be a little bit less clingy or needy or greedy with the time or energy of others. And also for your ability to be able to put your foot down so others are not able to do that so much with you as well. That kind of goes with the Beauty and the Beast card that came out earlier too. I feel like a lot of you have been ending certain situations and really diving deeper into yourself, understanding the less tamed parts of yourself. Bringing those to life in a way. Some of you have worked really hard to be able to soothe the savage beast inside yourself. So that when endings happen, they may not be so rough within your life anymore. It's a little bit easier of a transformation or transition into that next energy. I should probably start that so I don't end up with a dead battery. At least for a minute. The Knight of Cups. The Six of Scythes. Yeah. When it comes to making that choice in the near future, I feel like you are going to be seeing the flatterers for who they are and moving away from that energy. You're going to be standing in your power. You're going to be knowing that you don't need anyone or anything in order to be feeling good in life, which is going to allow you the freedom to choose what it is that you truly want instead of just accepting whatever comes your way. You're going to be letting that wild side of yourself out a bit more as well. No longer restricting yourself so much when it comes to things like that. There could be somebody that is really going to end up like singing you a song they wrote or reading you a poem they wrote or something along those lines. Something that they dedicated to you. Or once again, somebody could have definitely left you something when they passed away as well, because they thought the world of you. What are you thinking over there?
Yeah, I'm getting eaten alive by mosquitoes.
That did not look like the thoughts that were going on in your mind.
I'm trying not to scratch them. This really works. We're not buying any standing water, really.
No, we aren't. Surprising how many fucking mosquitoes are out here, isn't it?
Yeah.
Little bloodsuckers. Ow, fuck. Ow, that hurt. I accidentally caught my zipper on me. So anyway, we are going to do one more message, and then we're going to call it a night. April showers bring May flowers.
Hold on, make muffins then.
The pain and the sadness and the hurt of the past is going to be bringing in a lot of abundance. Everything you went through was not for nothing. It definitely was for something. And what this something is going to be very beautiful once you see it. New playlist. It is time to branch out. So, some of you may be running into some new music.
If you want up, I'm going to take you to the other side.
Playing some new music that's going to shift your energy and allow you to vibrate higher in some way. Somebody could be getting ready to get a new pet as well. There might be a new pet coming into your life. There could have been somebody very angry around you at some point. There may even be now. The illusions are about ready to be made clear. There's going to be a transformation in the way that you're seeing things. And you might start seeing things in a more true way or real way.
Baby, hand me that water, please. Thank you.
You're welcome. Someone may be getting ready to go on vacation and to just not have to do anything at all.
Wouldn't that be nice?
Right? Hey, we discussed this already. You kind of already got one. Even if that's not the place I would choose for vacation.
Amen to that.
Who are you? Who am I? What are we doing? Oh, that fell out of the other pile.
Worst bed and breakfast ever.
Yes, but there was beds and breakfast.
Yes, there was. Every day.
Every day. Last call. Pain, loss, misery, alone time, sadness, loneliness. Time to go home. So, somebody may be ready to move away from this energy of sadness, loss, pain, misery, hurt, heartbreak, anger, resentment, bitterness. Somebody's views of you may have transformed or changed, or their views of themselves may have transformed or changed for the better in some way. You may be getting ready to go back to your roots in some way as well. This trip that you might be getting ready to go on could actually be something that's like a present for some sort of graduation, or maybe even something you've succeeded at in some way. There's going to be some sort of recognition coming in, given to those we truly admire to protect them from jealousy and harm. News, gossip, tea, extra, extra. So, vigilante justice. So there might be some confusion within your love life in some way that you've been fighting through. There may have been some hurt or some pain in the past. There might have been some anger. Could have been some jealousy, distorted views, distorted perceptions. But there's a lot of things getting ready to be made clear. Somebody has decided that they don't want to drown out their pain with substances, or with other people, or with other situations. Every time I look at this little bird in this bath, one of the biggest things that pops into my mind was the little Facebook, I think it was a Facebook thing I seen at one time, where this guy is sitting there talking about how his life means nothing, and nobody cares about him, and who cares if he lives or dies, or something along those lines. And then he goes and puts a bowl of water outside for the birds that visit his porch, and the birds all come over there, and they're sitting in their little bird bath and eating the food that's over there, and they're like, you know what, thank God for this guy that puts this food and water out for us every day. I don't know what we would do without him. It's amazing how much of an impact your life can have, even just with the small things that you do. And I feel like a lot of you are getting ready to start seeing some of those things as well. There may be somebody who has dealt with something in regards to gossip or lies that they have spread about you as well. Someone might have got their ass beat by somebody else that just didn't want to listen to the bullshit anymore. The other thing that comes to mind when I see this one is, are you coming to the tree where they strung up a man, they say, who murdered 3? Strange things did happen here, no stranger would it be if we met at midnight in the hanging tree. So there could be a situation as well where gossip or rumors ends up getting someone in trouble, or affecting someone in a negative way when it wasn't even true. So you really got to make sure that you know that what you're listening to is the truth before you act on it as well. Or there might be somebody that's around you that's wanting to act on something when they don't even know the full details of it. So you might want to remind them to do their due diligence before they just act without thinking. Awesome. Thank you, Leia. You can ask your question anytime, sweetheart. I'm going to do this last message and then I'll answer your question. And I'm going to be done for the night. The
Always go
elements.
to the source for rumors. Always go to the person.
Yeah, ask them. Don't just believe what's being said about them.
Exactly.
I'll say that much for Sherry. She's the only person ever who has ever asked me about a rumor instead of just believing it.
Right?
Ever. And actually even pointed out who told her.
Yeah.
And I was like, I've never even seen that person in my life. The fuck? The elements of fire, air, earth, and water combine to create powerful protective boundaries, spiritual, mental, physical, and emotional. There's also somebody that was planning on doing something to somebody that had hurt a girl that they knew. And I was like, you know what? With as often as she has made shit up, I would make sure that you are fucking going to find out whether or not that's actually true and not just fucking acting off of what she said, because you never know how many people you're going to end up fucking hurting with absolutely no fucking reason just because she was pissed off at him that day.
Yep. Hearsay is a bitch.
Exactly.
Here's your water back there.
Spirit. Heavenly assistance from your angels and your guides. Prosperity. A prosperous business with riches and success. Triple spiral. Listening to divine wisdom and joyfully learning life's lessons. So, at this time, you are learning from what you have gone through, and it may have seemed like a confusing journey where you really didn't know where to turn. But at the end of the day, the reason for the things that you have gone through was so that you can learn what you needed to be able to learn in order to progress on your journey where you're meant to go. There's definitely a fair amount of the collective getting ready to come into a lot more financial stability, a lot of recognition as well for the things that you've done, the effort that you've put in, the time you've spent, the persistence and the commitment, the dedication to what it is that you've been working on. There's a lot of signs coming your way at this time, letting you know that you have definitely been doing the right thing. And there's going to be a lot of peace coming in. A lot of you could have also been learning how to step into the other parts of yourself as well. If you were somebody who spent a lot of time in your emotions, you may be learning how to detach yourself a little bit from your emotions. Or if you're somebody who spent a lot of time in just your thoughts and your mind, you may be learning how to incorporate in a bit more of your emotions. You may be learning how to incorporate in a bit more of your passions or your sexuality. You may be learning how to incorporate in a bit more of your responsibility and stability, and really learning how to be more well-rounded as a person. The Ten of Wands, breaking through a lot of the burdens, and really, regardless of all the burdens that you've had or experienced, you've been able to grow regardless, which is a beautiful thing. Out of the ashes of the old, the new is sprouting. There's also going to be truths coming in and truths spoken as well about, I feel like, about the burdens that you've dealt with and the responsibilities you've had on your shoulders, how well you've done with a lot of those things. Recognition is a lot of what's going to be bringing you this abundance and fertility into your life. You're going to be cutting through any of the confusion, and you're going to be feeling very ready to take a leap of faith, because you're going to be knowing that when you do, you're going to be able to make it through it. Butterflies and gloom. After sadness, happiness and hope return. Orca magic. The Akashic libraries open. So, you're going to be remembering a lot of things that have been lost and forgotten. A lot of the parts of yourself or your mind that you have not been able to access for a long time is going to be made clear for you. Once again, with that, breaking through the confusion and being able to see things in a very true way. The sadness is going to be clearing away. Your hope is going to be returning. And there's going to be a lot of joy in the upcoming days. You're going to be feeling like you can just play and have fun and enjoy life without having to feel so weighted down by everything on your plate. those. Ten of Pentacles. Page of Cups. And the Eight of Pentacles. Every time I see the Eight of Pentacles in this deck, it reminds me of the song that Giles was singing to Buffy. You're not ready for the world outside, and you can face it, but you just hide or something, I don't know. So you could have learned a lot from certain situations, and certain situations may actually be fading into the background, because at this time you might realize that some of those situations have been standing in your way on your way to creating something very successful, stable, and strong in your life. You may even have somebody that wants to apologize as well for standing in your way, or someone that wants to express love. Someone might have actually pulled away in some way, and they may want to express their love or their apologies for pulling away in the way that they did, because they may have felt like they were doing what was best for you at the time. You may be actually deciding to make that apology yourself as well. If there's somebody that you have moved away from in that way, I actually did that myself last week, where I messaged somebody and was like, sorry, you know what, I did not put the friendship first. I just really didn't want to be doing what I was doing at that moment, and decided I needed some space, but I probably should have done that a little bit differently. Queen of Wands, Justice, the Lovers. We've had the Lovers come out twice today, so there's definitely some unions taking place, especially with 22 on the screen constantly throughout the night. There's definitely some unions taking place, and some of these unions are going to be unions that people would not expect to be. Like, people are going to find it weird or odd or disagree with it, or aren't going to think that you should be together, especially with the whole Drums of War thing coming up earlier. Because it always makes me think of Pocahontas when she throws herself down on John Smith. Because everybody's just so worried about hating each other because of the differences. And she's like, we're really not that different at all. And if you're going to kill him, you're going to have to kill me too. Somebody's going to be receiving justice for going after what it is that you want as well. For also, I feel like being a beacon of hope and light for others a lot of times. A lot of you here are spiritual leaders yourself. And you spread a lot of joy and happiness in the darkness. What's funny is sunflowers being on this card, with it being so dark on this card. When the sun goes away, sunflowers will turn towards each other to provide each other with that sunshine, basically. And you guys have been the sunlight for a lot of people in their dark night. So if you've been experiencing a lot of darkness at this time, there are going to be people there that are going to bring you back to the light too. There's also going to be some sort of payment coming into you. Payment that you deserve. You've taken action to free yourself in some sort of way. And if someone has a really good habit of appearing very perfect, or like they never do anything wrong, or like something along those lines, this person may actually really lose their shit in front of a lot of people, to where it ends up being seen and exposed in some way. Someone may actually even want to apologize for losing their shit in some way too. I definitely feel like some of you are going to be receiving a very heartfelt apology for the ways that people have behaved. Giles started spending a lot of time alone, and then he ended up getting himself into trouble. He got turned into the rage demon. You may actually have somebody pissed off at you as well, because they may think that you put them under a spell in some way. But I feel like the way that you love people, the freedom, the trust, the respect, and the lack of codependency on their energy because you have everything that you need inside yourself, I feel like that is the spell. You aren't necessarily putting anybody under a spell. They just really love that energy because they wish they had more of that energy in their own life. And also, when you're loving people in that very free state, a lot of times it can cause them to jump into that codependency very harshly too. So that could be the problem that they're experiencing. This may even be somebody that you might have been very codependently attached to in the past, who, now that you have broken free from them, are feeling the same way towards you. So, on to your question, Leia. I think we discussed this before, and you might have told me that your name is pronounced Lay. But you know what? I'm probably going to continue calling you Leia. Anything specific they're not telling you about or being dishonest about? You're welcome, sweetheart. Thank you, too. Little Red Riding Hood. I am not a victim. Little Red Riding Hood sure was not a victim. She was very curious, and she decided to talk to somebody along her path and got into a mess, but at the end of the day, she came out of it just fine. Love charm. Attract a lover, soulmate, or life partner. One enchanted evening, the perfect night. There may be something to do with a situation or a night that just seemed to line up very perfectly and like everything just fell into place. And it could have been something where they may have actually set it up beforehand. Kind of like when the wolf gets to Little Red Riding Hood's grandmother's house before she gets there. And everything's already ready and waiting for her. So, if there was like a moment where you like ran into this person or something like that, it could have actually been something that they orchestrated in some sort of way. And that may be because they feel very strongly about you. They feel very connected to you. This person may have watched you work extremely hard on your own for a very long time. And a lot of the work that you were doing was not necessarily for yourself, but for others around you. This person loves you very much. Yes, this is part of your question, sweetheart. This person loves you very much. This person may also be hiding how hard that they are working as well. They may be hiding some of their insecurities. They may not want to express some of their insecurities because they may not want you to think that they're weak or that they may not want you to know just how much they love you. They may be hiding some of the skills that they have from you as well in certain areas. I don't think they're really hiding anything that is bad in any way, though. Yeah, I don't think that they're hiding anything that's really very bad in any way. There might be files on a computer somewhere, something to do with that. They may be hiding how much they respect you or how much your words really affect them. how much they admire you, how much strength they feel like you have, what kind of files. Three of Swords, the Hermit, Ace of Coins. Something they've had for a long time that they may have used a lot when they were alone, or maybe something they worked on when they were alone. For some reason, they feel like whatever it is would hurt you in some way. But I don't think it's anything that is a part of their life today. There might have also been an offer of some kind that was given to them in some way. I don't think they accepted it, but an offer of some kind might have been given to them in some way that they might not be telling you about as well. Could actually even be from an ex, and it might be an ex that they are still in contact with. So, that is pretty much what I'm seeing for that. It might be that. The first thing that popped into my mind was porn. So it could definitely be nude photos. But you know what? You're not going to find many guys that aren't watching porn in some way. And there's a fair amount of females that are too. Yeah, and since he does lie about that, it probably makes you question it a whole lot more than you need to be, because you know what? I really feel like he feels a lot of love for you and really is not wanting anything to do with reconnecting in a romantic way with that person. But he just doesn't want you to know what's going on between them, I guess. Probably just randoms. Like, really, probably just randoms. Most people, when it comes to things like that, it's not people they know. It's just random videos. Well, you know what? I'm sure there's a lot of people that wish that about me too. And honestly, I have. At the same time, just because you split up does not mean that you don't have love for that person. And somebody trying to stop you from having love from the people that you love, or stop you from having feelings in the situations that you have feelings in, that's just going to end up being somebody that you don't necessarily want around you. So when it comes to any kind of romantic relationship like that, you got to be secure enough to be okay with it and to be able to trust the situation. Because if you can't trust, then you can't have a very good relationship together either. You're welcome, sweetheart, and thank you again for making your purchase as well. Thank you guys so much for being here tonight, and whatever support you send this way, whether it be through likes, shares, comments, subscribes, donations, whatever it may be, I really appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you so much for that, and I hope you guys have a beautiful night or day, whatever it is, wherever you are when you're watching. Bye-bye, guys.
Here's those.
I can understand that, and plus it's not very trust-inducing when people are lying, but it's also whether they're lying or lying by omission, and sometimes when you're pushing them, it just, yeah, makes them want to lie more. So allowing them to express the things they need to express in their own time is a little bit better sometimes. And I can understand exactly why you're not accepting it, because of the fact that he's covering shit. Because you know you know. You already know you know. And then that's like somebody trying to convince you that you don't know what you already know you know.
You know?
And then it just makes you feel like there's something more going on there, because why else would they be lying about it? Kind of like when my ex and a woman from his work were freaking out trying to find a way to cover up the fact that her daughter just said that she was in my house looking at the pictures of me, and trying to say that she had never been in my house, and she does that kind of stuff all the time. And yeah, why would it be important to cover that up unless it was before we were split up? There wouldn't be a reason for it. So, anyway, I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye, guys.